I was sitting on Emily's couch pretending to watch TV, but my phone kept lighting up. Lauren's name flashed on the screen. I tried to ignore it, but my thumb hovered over the reply button. I typed, "Miss you too. Wish I could see you tonight." Emily walked in from the kitchen, holding 2 mugs. "Who are you texting?" I looked up, forcing a smile. "Just Chris. He's asking about the game tomorrow." She handed me a mug. "You've been glued to your phone all night." I shrugged. "It's nothing, just bored, I guess." She sat next to me, her eyes searching my face. "You sure? You seem off." I tried to laugh. "I'm fine, Em, just tired." My phone buzzed again. Emily glanced at it, then at me. "Let me see your phone." I froze. "Why?" She set her mug down. "Because I want to. What's the big deal?" I hesitated, then handed it over. She unlocked it, scrolled, and her face changed. She read Lauren's name, then the messages. Her hands started shaking. "Who the hell is Lauren?" Her voice was sharp, but I could hear the hurt. I swallowed. "She's just a friend from work." Emily's eyes filled with tears. "A friend? You call this friendly?" She read out loud, "Miss you too. Wish I could see you tonight." "Are you kidding me?" I reached for her hand. "Emily, it's not what you think." She pulled away. "Don't touch me. How long has this been going on?" I shook my head. "It's nothing serious. We just talk sometimes." She stood up, her voice rising. "You lied to me. You lied right to my face." I tried to stand, but she backed away. "Emily, please, I messed up, I'm sorry." She glared at me. "Sorry? That's all you have to say?" The front door opened. Chris stepped in, holding a pizza box. "Hey guys, I brought..." He stopped, seeing Emily's face dot. Emily turned to him. "Did you know about this?" Chris looked at me, then at her. "About what?" She threw my phone at him. "Read it. He's been cheating on me." Chris picked up the phone, scrolled, and his face fell. "Dude," I tried to explain. "Chris, it's not like that. I just..." Emily cut me off. "Don't even try. I trusted you. I defended you to everyone." I felt my chest tighten. "Emily, I swear I never meant to hurt you." She shook her head, tears streaming down her face. "You already did." Chris set the phone down. "Man, what were you thinking?" I looked at him, desperate. "I don't know. I felt lost. Lauren made me feel important." Emily laughed, but it was bitter. "So you threw us away for a little attention?" I tried to reach her, but she stepped back. "Emily, please, I love you." She wiped her face. "You don't know what love is." Chris put a hand on my shoulder. "You need to let her go, man." Emily grabbed her bag. "I can't do this. I can't even look at you." I followed her to the door. "Emily, please, don't leave. We can fix this." She turned, her eyes cold. "No, we can't. You broke." She walked out, slamming the door behind her. The sound echoed in my chest. Chris stood there, silent. I sank onto the couch, staring at the floor. He finally spoke. "You really screwed up, man." I nodded, my voice barely a whisper. "I know." He sat next to me. "Why'd you do it?" I shook my head. "I don't even have a good reason. I was stupid." Chris sighed. "You need to figure out what you want. Because this isn't it." I stared at the door, my heart pounding. "I think I just lost the best thing I ever had." Chris didn't say anything. He just sat with me in the silence, the weight of what I'd done pressing down on both of us. I picked up my phone, staring at Lauren's last message. I didn't reply. I couldn't. Not now. The apartment felt empty, colder than before. I realized I'd crossed a line I couldn't uncross, and for the first time I was truly afraid of what came next. Before everything fell apart, I was just a regular guy trying to figure out life. I worked at a tech support center, answering calls, fixing problems, listening to people complain about their Wi-Fi. It wasn't glamorous, but it paid the bills. One day, Rachel called me during my lunch break. You sound tired, she said. I laughed. I am. Some guy yelled at me for 20 minutes because his printer wouldn't connect, she snorted. You need a new job or a vacation. I smiled. I need both, but I'll settle for a coffee after work. Rachel was my cousin, but she felt more like a big sister. She always knew when something was off. My mom, on the other hand, never really got me. She'd call every Sunday, her voice sharp and businesslike. Are you still at that call center? She'd ask. Yeah, Mom. Still there. She'd sigh. You could do better, you know. You're smart. Why waste your time? I'd bite my tongue. It's just a job, Mom. I'm figuring things out. She never liked Emily. She never said it directly, but I could hear it in her voice. Is that girl still around? She'd ask. I'd nod, even though she couldn't see me. Yes, she is. She doesn't seem like your type, Mom would say. You need someone more stable. I'd roll my eyes. Emily's great. Mom, you just don't know her. Rachel was the only one who really understood what Emily meant to me. She met her at a family barbecue once and pulled me aside after. She's good for you, Rachel whispered. Don't mess this up. I grinned. I won't. She makes me feel like I matter. Rachel smiled. That's all anyone wants. I met Emily at a friend's party. She was sitting on the porch away from the noise, scrolling through her phone. I sat down next to her. Not a fan of parties? I asked. She looked up, surprised. Not really. I'm just here for the free food. I laughed. Same. I'm Alex, by the way. She smiled. Emily. We talked for hours that night, about music, movies, stupid dreams. She made me feel seen in a way no one else ever had. After that, we were inseparable. Late night drives, inside jokes, sharing fries at midnight. She'd text me, "You up?" And I always was. But deep down, I always felt like I wasn't enough. I'd look at Emily and wonder what she saw in me. I'd hear my mom's voice in my head, telling me I could do better, be better. Sometimes, I'd catch myself looking for validation in the wrong places. A compliment from a coworker, a flirty text, a like on social media. It felt good, even if it was empty. Rachel noticed. One night, she called me out. You chasing attention again? I sighed. I don't know. Maybe. I just want to feel important. She was quiet for a second. You are important. Don't forget that. I tried to believe her. I really did. But sometimes the emptiness was louder than the truth. I met Lauren on my second week at the tech support center. She sat across from me, always tapping her pen, always smiling at everyone. One morning, she leaned over and whispered, You look like you could use a coffee. I grinned. I always look like that, she laughed. Come on, let's sneak out before the boss sees. We walked to the cafe down the street. She ordered for both of us. You're an Americano guy, right? I raised an eyebrow. How'd you know? She winked. I pay attention. We started having coffee together every morning. She'd tell me stories about her crazy exes, her wild weekends, her dreams of moving to New York. She made me laugh, made me feel interesting. One afternoon, she slid a note across my desk. Lunch? I nodded and we slipped out to a taco truck. She bit into her taco and grinned. So, you got a girlfriend? I hesitated. Yeah, Emily. We've been together a while. Lauren smiled. She's lucky. You're a good guy. Felt my face get hot. Thanks, I try, she nudged me. You ever get bored? I laughed. Sometimes. Doesn't everyone? She shrugged. Maybe, or maybe some people just want more. I knew I should have pulled back, but I didn't. Our texts got longer, funnier, a little flirty. She'd send me memes late at night. I'd reply, even when. Emily was asleep next to me. One night, Emily called while I was out with Lauren and some coworkers. I let it go to voicemail. Lauren noticed. She smirked. Trouble in paradise? I shook my head. No, just She worries. Lauren leaned closer. You don't have to explain yourself to me. I felt a rush of excitement. It was dangerous, but it felt good. Chris noticed the change. He cornered me in the break room. You hanging out with Lauren a lot, huh? I shrugged. She's just a friend. Chris frowned. You sure about that? I rolled my eyes. Don't start, man. He lowered his voice. Emily's been asking about you. Says you're always busy. I looked away. Work's just crazy. Chris shook his head. Don't mess this up, Alex. I brushed him off. I know what I'm doing. But I didn't. I started missing Emily's calls, replying to her texts hours later. I canceled plans, blaming overtime or fake headaches. One night, Emily called. Are you coming over? I hesitated. I'm stuck at work. Maybe tomorrow? She was quiet. You've been saying that a lot lately. I sighed. I'm just tired, Em. I'll make it up to you. She hung up, and I felt a stab of guilt. But then Lauren texted, drinks after work? And I said yes. We sat at a bar, laughing, sharing secrets. She touched my arm, and I didn't pull away. She looked at me, her eyes bright. You ever wonder what it'd be like to just start over? I swallowed. Sometimes. She smiled. Me too. I knew I was crossing a line, but I kept going. I told myself it was harmless, just fun, but deep down I knew I was lying. To Emily, to Lauren, and to myself. It was a Friday night, and I was supposed to meet Emily at her place. I got there late, blaming traffic, but really, I'd been at happy hour with Lauren and a few coworkers. My phone buzzed the whole drive. Lauren sending me memes, inside jokes, little hearts. I should have felt guilty, but I just felt alive. Emily opened the door, her face tight. You're late. I tried to smile. Sorry, work ran over. You know how it is. She stepped aside, letting me in. Dinner's cold. I set my bag down. I'll heat it up, no big deal. She watched me, arms crossed. Who's Lauren? My heart skipped. She's just someone from work. Emily held up my phone. You left this in the car. I saw the notifications. I tried to grab it, but she pulled back. Just don't, she started reading. Miss you too. Wish I could see you tonight. You looked amazing today. Can't stop thinking about you. Her voice cracked. How long, Alex? I shook my head. It's not what you think. She glared at me. Don't lie. I read everything. You've been with her behind my back. I tried to keep my voice steady. We just talk. It's not serious. Emily's eyes filled with tears. You call this just talking? You told her you loved her. I felt my face burn. I didn't mean it. I was just... I don't know, I was stupid. She threw my phone on the couch. You lied to me. You lied every day. I reached for her. Emily, please. I messed up. I'm sorry. She stepped back. Sorry doesn't fix this. You broke us. I heard a knock at the door. Chris walked in holding a six-pack. Hey, I brought... He stopped, seeing Emily's face. Emily turned to him, voice shaking. Did you know? Chris looked at me, then at her. Know what? She pointed at me. He's been cheating on me. With Lauren. Chris's face fell. Alex, man, I tried to explain. Chris, it just happened. I didn't plan it. Emily wiped her face. You could have just told me you weren't happy. I shook my head. I was happy, I got lost. She laughed, bitter. Lost? You found your way to someone else pretty easily. Chris tried to step in. Emily, maybe you guys should talk alone. She shook her head. There's nothing left to say. I reached for her again. Emily, please, I love you. She stared at me, broken. No, you don't. You love yourself. I felt my chest tighten. That's not true. She grabbed her. Becca, I can't do this. I can't even look at you. Chris tried to stop her. Emily, wait! She pushed past him. Don't. Just let me go. The door slammed behind her. The silence was heavy. Chris turned to me. What the hell? Man? I sat down, head in my hands. I screwed up, I know. He sat across from me. Why? Why risk everything for her? I shook my head. I don't know. Lauren made me feel important, like I mattered. Chris sighed. Emily loved you. She was always there for you. I nodded, tears stinging my eyes. I know, I messed up. He leaned forward. You need to fix this. Or at least try. I stared at my phone, Lauren's name at the top of my messages. I didn't want to talk to her. I didn't want to talk to anyone. Chris stood up. I'm going to check on Emily. You should think about what you really want. I nodded, unable. To speak. He left, and I was alone. I picked up my phone, scrolled through the messages with Lauren. Every word felt like a punch. I texted her. I can't do this right now. She replied instantly. Call me if you need to talk. I put my phone down and stared at the ceiling. The apartment felt empty, colder than ever. I realized I'd lost Emily, maybe for good. And for the first time, I understood what regret really felt like. The next morning, I woke up to silence. No texts from Emily, no calls. I checked my phone, blocked everywhere. Instagram, Facebook, even Venmo. I tried to call, but it went straight to voicemail. I messaged Chris. Have you heard from her? He replied, she's staying with her sister. She doesn't want to talk. I stared at the screen, feeling sick. I scrolled through my contacts looking for someone to talk to, but everyone felt distant. At work, people whispered when I walked by. Lauren stopped me in the hallway. Hey, are you okay? I shrugged. Not really. She touched my arm. If you want to talk, I'm here. I pulled away. I just need some space, Lauren. She looked hurt. I thought we had something. I shook my head. I don't know what we had. I can't do this right now. She walked away. And I felt emptier than ever. At lunch, I sat alone. Usually mutual friends would join me, but now they avoided my table. I heard Mark whisper, he cheated on Emily. Can you believe it? I wanted to yell, to defend myself, but what was the point? I did it. I couldn't take it back. Mr. Harris, my manager, called me into his office. Alex, is everything all right? I forced a smile. Just some personal stuff. I'll be fine. He nodded, but his eyes were sharp. You've been distracted. Don't let it affect your work. I nodded. It won't happen again. He let me go, but I could feel his eyes on me all afternoon. After work, I went home to an empty apartment. I dropped my bag and sat on the floor staring at the wall. My phone buzzed. Mom. I answered. Hey, Mom. She didn't waste time. I heard about you and Emily. I told you she wasn't right for you. I closed my eyes. It wasn't her fault, Mom. It was mine. She sighed. You always make things harder for yourself. Maybe now you'll listen to me. I hung up before she could say more. Rachel showed up that night with a bag of groceries. She didn't say anything, just started putting things away. I watched her. You don't have to do this. She shrugged. I know, but I'm here anyway. I sat at the table, head in my hands. I messed up, Rach. I really messed up. She sat across from me. Yeah, you did. But you're still my cousin. I looked at her, desperate. Why did I do it? Why wasn't Emily enough? She was quiet. Maybe you were looking for something you couldn't find in yourself. I nodded, tears stinging my eyes. I wish I could take it back. She reached over, squeezing my hand. You can't, but you can figure out what comes next. Chris texted me later. You holding up? I replied. Barely. He called. You want to talk? I shook my head even though he couldn't see me. Not really. I just keep replaying everything. He sighed. You can't change the past, man. You just have to live with it. I lay awake that night, staring at the ceiling, wondering if I'd ever feel whole again. I tried to move on, but every day felt heavier than the last. I'd wake up, stare at the ceiling, and wonder how I got here. My phone barely buzzed anymore. No Emily, no friends, just Lauren, still trying. She called one night. Can I come over? I hesitated. I don't think that's a good idea. She was quiet. You keep pushing me away. I sighed. I'm not ready for anything real, Lauren. I can't give you what you want. She sounded hurt. So what? Was I to you? I closed my eyes. A mistake. I'm sorry. She hung up. I stared at the wall, feeling emptier than ever. At work, I couldn't focus. I missed deadlines, zoned out during calls. Mr. Harris called me into his office. He frowned. Alex, you've been off your game. Is everything all right? I forced a smile. Just some personal stuff. I'll get it together. He shook his head. You said that last week. I need you to step up or I'll have to make changes. I nodded. I understand. He softened a little. Take care of yourself, okay? I left his office feeling like a failure. I started journaling at night, trying to make sense of the mess I'd made. Why did I do it? Why wasn't I enough for myself? Rachel called one evening. You sound tired. I laughed, but it was hollow. I am. I can't sleep. I can't think. She was gentle. You should talk to someone. A therapist, maybe. I shook my head, even though she couldn't see me. I can't. I don't even know what I'd say. She sighed. Just try. You can't keep carrying this alone. I changed the subject. Have you talked to Emily? Rachel paused. She's doing okay. She's seeing friends, going out more. I felt a sharp ache. She looks happy in her pictures. Rachel was quiet. She deserves to. I nodded. I know, I just wish I could go back. She didn't say anything for a while. You can't. But you can move forward. I tried to believe her, but the guilt was suffocating. Every time I saw Emily's name online, I felt the weight of what I'd done. Lauren texted me again. I miss you? I didn't reply. I started running in the mornings, hoping the pain would fade with every mile. It didn't. I'd see couples laughing in the park and feel like an outsider in my own life. One night, I wrote in my journal, I don't know who I am without her. Rachel called again. Promise me you'll get help, I whispered. I'll try. But I didn't. I just kept moving through the days, hoping for something to change, but knowing it was all on me. It was almost 6 months before Chris finally told me the truth. We were sitting in his apartment, the TV on, but neither of us watching. He cleared his throat. Alex, there's something I need to say. I looked over. What's up? He wouldn't meet my eyes. I knew about you and Lauren before Emily found out. My stomach dropped. You knew? For how long? He winced. A couple weeks. I saw the text once when you left your phone on the table. I didn't want to get involved. I stared at him. You could have said something. You could have stopped me. He shook his head. I thought you'd figure it out. I didn't want to be the guy who ruined everything. I felt anger rising. You let me destroy my own life. You let Emily get blindsided. Chris looked guilty. I'm sorry, man. I didn't know what to do. I stood up, pacing. You were my best friend. You were supposed to have my back. He raised his hands. I know, I messed up, but you're the one who cheated, Alex, not me. I glared at him. So this is my fault? He nodded. Yeah, it is. You can blame me all you want, but you made those choices. I sat back down, my anger turning to shame. I know, I wanted someone else to blame. Chris was quiet. I get it, but you have to own it. I sighed. I do. Every day. He looked at me, softer now. You should talk to Emily. Not to fix things, but to let her know you're sorry. I nodded. I've thought about it. I just didn't know if she'd even want to see me. He shrugged. You won't know unless you try. That night, I stared at my phone for hours before finally typing, "Emily, can we talk? Just once. I need to say some things." She replied, "The next morning." "Okay, tomorrow, 4 p.m., the park." I barely slept. The next day I got there early, heart pounding. Emily arrived right on time, looking different, stronger, more confident. She wasn't the same girl I'd left crying in her apartment. She sat on the bench, keeping her distance. "You wanted to talk?" I nodded. "Yeah, I wanted to say I'm sorry for everything, for lying, for hurting you." She looked at me, her face calm. "I know. I've heard it before." I swallowed. "I don't expect you to forgive me. I just needed you to know I regret it. Every day." She nodded. "I forgave you a while ago, Alex. Not for you, but for me. I couldn't carry it anymore." I felt a lump in my throat. "You look happy." She smiled a little. "I am. I'm seeing someone. His name's Adam." I tried to smile back. "That's good. You deserve it." She looked at me, her eyes steady. "You need to forgive yourself, too." I shook my head. "I don't know if I can." She stood up. "You have to try, otherwise you'll never move on." I watched her walk away, Adam waiting for her by the path. He waved, and she smiled at him, really smiled. I sat there for a long time, thinking about everything I'd lost. I texted Chris. "You were right. I needed to hear it from her." He replied, "How'd it go?" I typed, "She's moved on. She forgave me. I just need to figure out how to do the same." He sent back, "You will. It just takes time." Rachel called that night. "How are you feeling?" I sighed. "Empty, but also lighter, I guess." She was gentle. "Closure is hard, but it's a start." I nodded, even though she couldn't see me. "I think I'm finally ready to move forward." She smiled through the phone. "I'm proud of you." I hung up, staring at the ceiling, letting the truth settle in. I'd been looking for someone to blame, but it was always me. I made the choices. I hurt the people I loved. Now, all I could do was try to become someone better. I started waking up early, just to feel the quiet. I'd run through the empty streets, my breath sharp in the cold air. It was the only time I didn't think about everything I'd lost. At work, I kept my head down and focused. Mr. Harris called me into his office one afternoon. "Alex, you've been doing better lately." I nodded. "I'm trying. I know I let things slip." He smiled a little. "I noticed. That's why I'm giving you a small promotion. You'll be training the new hires." I blinked. "Really?" He nodded. "You earned it. Keep it up." I left his office feeling something I hadn't felt in a long time: pride. A week later, a new guy started. Tyler was younger, full of questions, always eager to learn. He followed me around, notebook in hand. He grinned. "You've been here a while, huh?" I laughed. "Feels like forever. You'll get used to it." He asked, "You always run in the mornings?" I nodded. "Yeah, clears my head." He smiled. "Maybe I'll join you sometime." I shrugged. "Sure. Why not?" Lauren stopped by my desk one afternoon. "You've been distant." I looked at her, honest for once. "I can't give you what you want, Lauren. I'm sorry." She sighed. "I figured. I'm moving on, Alex. I hope you find what you're looking for." I nodded. "You deserve better." She walked away, and I felt relief instead of regret. I started eating better, cooking real food instead of just microwaving whatever I found. I reconnected with old friends, met up for coffee, laughed about stupid things. It felt good to be around people who didn't know the whole story. Rachel called one night. "You sound different," I smiled. "I think I am." "I got promoted," she cheered. "I'm proud of you. You're getting your life back." I nodded. "It's slow, but I'm getting there." She was quiet for a second. "You don't talk about Emily much anymore." I shrugged. "I still think about her." I saw her with Adam the other day, Rachel asked. Did it hurt? I paused. Yeah, but not the way it used to. I want her to be happy. She sounded relieved. That's growth, Alex, I laughed. Maybe, or maybe I'm just tired of being sad. Tyler joined me for a run one morning. He was out of breath after the first mile. You make this look easy, I grinned. It gets better. Just keep going. He nodded. Thanks for showing me the ropes. I realized I liked helping someone else for a change. One night, I sat on my balcony looking at the city lights. I thought about everything I'd done, everyone I'd hurt, and how far I'd come. I didn't need Lauren's attention, or Emily's forgiveness, or even my mom's approval. For the first time, I felt okay just being me. It was late when my phone rang. I saw Lauren's name and almost let it go to voicemail, but something made me answer. Hey, I said quietly. She didn't waste time. Alex, did you ever love me? I closed my eyes. No, I'm sorry, Lauren. I was just lost. I wanted to feel wanted. She was silent for a moment. So I was just a distraction? I nodded, even though she couldn't see me. Yeah, I used you. I'm not proud of it. Her voice was sharp. You could have just told me the truth. I sighed. I know, I was selfish. I hurt you, and I hurt Emily. I hurt myself too. She let out a shaky breath. I hope you figure yourself out, Alex, I whispered. Me too. She hung up. I stared at the ceiling, feeling a strange sense of relief. No more pretending, no more lies. I thought about everything I'd lost. Emily, trust, my own self-respect. I remembered the way Emily used to look at me, like I was her whole world. I remembered how Rachel always believed in me, even when I didn't deserve it. I grabbed my phone and texted Rachel. Thank you for never giving up on me, she replied almost instantly. You're my family, I'll always be here. I smiled, even though my chest ached. I thought about all the choices I'd made, all the people I'd hurt. I realized the real punishment wasn't losing Emily or Lauren. It was living with myself, knowing what I'd done. The next morning, I went to the cafe down the street. The barista smiled. The usual? I nodded. Yeah, thanks. She handed me my coffee. You look better these days. I managed a small smile. I'm trying. I sat by the window, watching people come and go. I wondered if Emily ever thought about me, if she ever missed what we had. I wondered if I'd ever really forgive myself. I finished my coffee and walked home, feeling lighter and heavier at the same time. I knew I couldn't change the past, but maybe I could learn to live with it. I sat on my couch staring out at the city lights. The apartment was quiet, just the hum of traffic below. I picked up my phone, scrolled through old photos, and stopped at one of Emily and me laughing in the sun. I didn't feel angry anymore, just a soft ache, like a bruise that finally stopped. Hurting. Rachel called. You up? I smiled. Yeah, just thinking. She asked. About her? I nodded, even though she couldn't see me. A little. Mostly about everything. I'm not mad at her. I'm not even mad at myself anymore. Rachel was quiet for a second. That's good. You've come a long way, Alex. I let out a breath. I survived, didn't I? She laughed. You did, and you're better for it. I looked out the window, watching the lights blink. I saw a picture of Emily and Adam today. She looked happy. Rachel's voice was gentle. Does it hurt? I thought about it. Not really. I want her to be happy. I want to be happy too. She said, You will be. You just have to let yourself. I smiled. I think I'm finally ready, we said. Good night, and I sat there letting the silence settle. I thought about Lauren, about Chris, about all the mistakes I'd made. I thought about the nights I couldn't sleep, the mornings I didn't want to get up. I thought about the pain I'd caused and the pain I'd carried. I whispered to myself, I'm not who I was, but I'm okay with that. I stood up, walked to the window, and looked out at the city. I didn't need anyone's forgiveness. I didn't need to rewrite the past. I just needed to live with it and keep moving forward. Sometimes, the hardest truth is living with the pain you caused yourself.